All right, everyone. So the Call of Duty Black Ops 7 beta has been extended. We're reading from IGN. Good news, Call of Duty Black Ops 7 fans. Activision has extended its open beta to run an additional 24 hours to October 9th, taking it right up to competitor Battlefield 6 release, which is slated for October 10th. The reaction to the Black Ops 7 beta so far has been awesome to see. Whether you're calling in nukes in multiplayer or going for high round and zombie survival, there's plenty to jump into, and we've had a ton of fun playing alongside everyone. Activision wrote in its latest blog. On behalf of all of us at Treyarch, we're truly grateful for your feedback so far. And speaking of which, we heard you might want a little more, so we're extending the Black Ops 7 beta to 9 a.m. PT on Thursday, October 9th. Wow. Okay. So this is, I think, definitely good news because I've been tracking. I was very interested to see the reaction that this beta got. I've been tracking the reaction from kind of everybody involved, from what the devs are saying to what YouTubers are saying to what people in the comment section are saying to, social media, all of them. And it feels like Black Ops did a good job of changing the narrative on this beta, right? I think Treyarch did a great job with this, where coming into this beta, everybody was like, Battlefield 6 is going to be way better. Black Ops 7 is going to be a train wreck. The beta comes. I think people like the gameplay. I think people are happy about some of the changes in the SBMM, right, playlist. So making one that isn't based off that, right, just taking that out. The scary part of this, because I think this is fine, right? I think this is actually perfect. What you're saying is, look, we're going to give you right up to a battlefield. Very good idea. But the problem here is that they really set themselves up for a real boomerang effect if they don't deliver the way they need to. Like, let's just be honest about that, right? If this is a game that when it comes out doesn't lean into the new playlist, if it doesn't lean into what players want, there's going to be a lot of people that are upset. And they're going to not play the game. It's very simple, especially with Battlefield coming out. They will continue to play Battlefield. Battlefield is going to continue to give updates. I'm sure when Black Ops does release, Battlefield is going to do a lot, especially if it releases in a state that people aren't happy with. Battlefield is going to do all they can to get people playing their game versus Black Ops. So you've Treyarch has done a good job here of, I think, the foundation is now set for a Call of Duty that actually is successful, right? A Call of Duty that when it launches, the player base is actually happy with. But you have to make sure you deliver. And delivering means playlist that is, non SBMM. If it's not the number one playlist in terms of it's the only one people have to choose from, it better be in there with all of the different modes, right? And you should be able to select between those. That is crucial for this. Okay. You can't just we have one playlist with non SBMM, and it's for these few game modes. No, no, no. People want that, right? And we're seeing it more and more and more. So give it to them. I don't know. Have heard a lot of people calling for them to just completely take out the SBMM playlist, and I understand their reasoning. I don't know if we're going to get that necessarily. It seems like that's kind of far fetched for them to go from 0 to 100, but it would be a good start if they just gave the if they just kept the open playlist. I think that would just be a great start, and I think you're going to get a lot of goodwill from people because the game is a lot of fun. It just is. The beta has been fun. The movement is not too much. The maps, we only have a few of them, but the maps are fine, right? I don't know. There's the one where you're on like that snowy mountain with, yeah, that one I don't love. I think it's Imprint is the name. I don't love that one, but overall the maps are fine, and it's only going to get better as the full game is released. So there's a lot to look forward to here. But the problem is that this has been the issue with Call of Duty. It's been not really like, oh, nobody, people want to pretend that the problem with Call of Duty is people are not in love with these multiplayer shooters anymore. The problem with Call of Duty has been its decision making. It's been the SBMM stuff, right? And just not kind of addressing it right away, right? Like this, I've been listening to people complain about this for like 5, 6 years. So if they've been complaining for that long and it takes this long to address it, that's an issue. The microtransactions, I don't mind paying money for a battle pass for a game that's good. I don't mind paying money for something for a game that's good. But when you see what they've done, where it feels like the store is the number one thing that on their mind, right? It is the number one thing, and then the online multiplayer suffers, that's a real issue. I love, Warzone, everybody loves it, that's fine, but this is the meat and potatoes of Call of Duty, right? This is what people want. So I think extending the beta is great, right? This is perfect because we're going to get more time to play. There's no reason to even allow that 1 day of break between that and Battlefield, right? You can get people on the game, give them more time, stay in the news up until when Battlefield's released. I think that's all perfect. But this, to me, like I said, right now we're in a good position. They've kind of, compared to where we were before this beta came out, we're in a great position. But if it will all be for nothing, it will not matter in the slightest. It will not matter if when this game comes out, these changes aren't official and these aren't things that are carried into the next game. They really have to start having a conversation about making the non SBMM matchmaking the only form of matchmaking in the game. I'm trying to find people who are, back in the day, you'd hear people say, actually, this kind of matchmaking is better. You'd hear people say, oh, it's actually not even happening. Well, now that it's happening, right, it's been admitted by everybody basically now. I haven't heard anybody with the opposite opinion on this, of actually keeping that type of matchmaking. I just haven't seen it. And I can tell you, it is the single thing that Treyarch can do to make this game a success. If they just do that alone, people are going to love this game. Very simple. It's going to happen. Listen to all of the Call of Duty YouTubers. People like Blame Truth. Blame Truth was someone I watched all the time back in the day, and he's been one of the guys really calling out this SBMM, Nero Cinema, all these guys, right? You listen to them, and every single one of them has been very fair in the sense of they've been very critical of Call of Duty for a long time now. But when they removed when they added in this new playlist, they all praised it, they all played it, and they've let their concerns known. Okay, so there's a path here for Call of Duty to get back on track. I miss those days. I miss when Call of Duty 4 was released, and then the next one is World at War. Oh my God, I can't wait to play World at War. Then Modern Warfare 2 is released. Oh my God, I can't wait to play Black Ops. And then Black Ops was released. Oh my God, I can't wait to play Modern Warfare 3. Those were, think about it. I just named what? Call of Duty 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, and Modern Warfare 3. 5 games. So 5 years where every single one of those games was awesome. That's what we want. And I could probably go deeper too. That's just kind of when I stopped playing a ton, but I could probably go deeper into that too, right down the line. That wasn't the last good game, right? Modern Warfare 3. I think people even think the next Black Ops was one of the best ones, or maybe it was 2 Black Ops from that. But you have a chance to get back there, or at least start the process. I don't think there's any chance that we look at this game and go, Black Ops 7, best Call of Duty of all time, right? I don't think there's a big chance of that. I do think in 3 years, we could look back at Black Ops 7 and say, this is the moment when the narrative around Call of Duty changed, when they decided we're going to listen to the fan base, and we're going to give them what they want. And by doing that, now we're excited again for these yearly releases. Like I said, I don't know, maybe they could change away from really yearly releases. I doubt it. But I think they've made a lot of good moves here. They just have to finish it off by making sure they don't go back on their promises. Because going back on the promise will be the worst course of action, and it will lead to people not playing this game. It's very simple. So thank you all for watching.